Hey everybody, this is Jason from Kickstarted. I am here with singer and musician Carsie Blanton to talk to her about her new album called Jazz is for Everyone, Everybody, which is currently on Kickstarter for another 22 days. As of this morning, she passed her goal of $29,000, and we wanted to chat with her about the whole crowdfunding experience. So welcome, Carsie.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So tell me, you've been making music for a while now. What prompted you to turn to Kickstarter and crowdfunding to fund this album?
Well, let's see. I've made 3 full-length albums and 3 EPs, and as I've sort of gotten more fans and done more touring, the price of the albums has gone up. But as you may have heard, the trend of buying albums has gone down, so there's sort of less money, and just because of where I am in my career, I'm spending more money on my records. So for this album, I wanted to work with a really great producer and some really great players, which meant it was going to be a little bit of a higher budget, and I'd seen a lot of friends have success with Kickstarter, so I thought I would try it. I did not expect it to go as well as it went, so I'm pretty thrilled.
So what did you do to prepare to launch your campaign? What kind of things did you do?
Well, I spent a couple weeks sort of crafting it, coming up with the slogan, Jazz is for Everybody, and then making a video that was sort of built around that concept and explaining why I wanted to make this album. And then in the last couple days before I launched the campaign, I called a lot of people and told them it was about to launch and asked them if they would pledge, and if they would pledge in the first 24 hours. So I was really sold on the idea that if you get a lot of funding up front, you're more likely to have a successful campaign. So I did a lot of prep for that.
Yeah, that's great. That's great to know, and I think people who haven't done it before, that is a big key to success, is that first 24-hour period. How much did you raise in that first day?
I raised $7,000 in the first day, and then I was up to 13 by the end of the second day.
Very cool. And so this morning, you passed your goal. Can you tell us a little bit about what you were thinking and what went on?
Well, I've been setting these little mini goals every couple of days. Like I've had a couple of big donors. Like last week, somebody wanted to give me $2,500, and so I made that a matching grant. And so I posted on Facebook, we have $2,500, but only if we make another $2,500 in this today, by the end of today. So that bumped me up by $5,000, and then somebody else offered me $5,000. They wanted one of the biggest pledge on the project. So they said, we want to give you $5,000, and I told them to hold on to it until we hit our goal. So the original goal was $29,000, and I said on the Kickstarter that I actually need $34,000 to make the record. So then yesterday I made an announcement, if we come up with $3,000 more, we're going to get this boost of $5,000, and then we'll be at the goal. And so it seemed like that really got people pumped, and so I made like $3,000 today, basically, and last night.
Wow. Congratulations. What were you feeling? I mean, is that, in terms of comparing it to other process where you've gone in to make a record, this one is going to be funded by people that have supported you directly before you even made it. What does that feel like?
It feels really exciting. I also feel a greater sense of responsibility than I have before. I mean, I've always wanted to make a record that my fans would enjoy, but I think I feel more obligated to make something that they really relate to and feel, proud to have invested in. So I feel really excited, really enthusiastic, very grateful that I have so many fans and that they were willing to give me so much money so soon, and that they got so involved. But I do feel kind of a added sense of responsibility about the record.
Like, how did you activate your fan base? What kind of things did you do to get your fans from, just being fans to going ahead and backing your Kickstarter campaign? It was pretty easy.
Well, I did most of the kind of normal stuff. I have a Facebook profile and a fan page, and I have Twitter, and I have a mailing list of, I think, 3,000 or 4,000 people. And so the first couple days of the campaign, I was hitting all that stuff pretty hard just to make sure that everybody heard that it was going on. And I did a lot of phone banking as well, but that was more like family and friends, people whose numbers I had. And then the only other thing I did, which I think was a little unusual, is I asked I asked friends of mine and supporters who are themselves well-known, who have their own fans, to make me these support videos. So I've released like 3 or 4 videos of other musicians telling people to fund my record. And then they would promote those videos to their own fan base. And so I think we got a lot of new fans that way.
Very cool. And how are you going to include the people that backed you in the record-making process? Are you going, I mean, is that something that you're looking forward to doing, or are you going to kind of keep that minimal?
I'm going to try and keep that minimal. What I've done so far, like a lot of the pre-production for the record is already done. The songs are chosen, the players are chosen, and stuff like that. And so one thing I'm offering for backers is they get updates about the songs and the players and stuff like that. So I think I'm letting them in on the process by telling them what's going on, but I'm not offering a lot of stuff that allows them to have any sort of creative influence, which is something I'm pretty picky about that in general.
Yeah, well, I mean, I meant more so like I think just keeping them involved in the process. Like I'm assuming that you haven't really done a lot of that before, and I think speaking to someone that backs a lot of projects, the benefit is oftentimes more than just getting the album or movie or whatever the creator's making, but you get to be a part of that experience.
Yeah, people have been really responding to the updates for sure. So I'm releasing updates every couple days. I'll name another song that's going to go on the record, and it seems like people really dig that because they're cover songs, so they're songs that a lot of people are familiar with already.
Very cool. Have you thought about maybe using the Kickstarter as a jumping off point to, something more? Are you going to be looking to expand your fan base through something like this, or do you think that that's not really the purpose of the Kickstarter campaign?
I am. I hadn't really anticipated that, but since the campaign's been going so well, I'm considering doing a little publicity about the campaign. So not just for the record, but more like, hey, we raised all this money to make this record. People must be excited about it, and use that for press releases and stuff. So I'll be working on that this month.
Very cool. So you have reached your goal, but you have 22 days left. What sort of stretch goals do you have, if any? What
Yeah.
People can still give, obviously. What are you looking to do, or what would the additional money be for?
Yeah, well, I have 2 stretch goals in mind, which I'm going to announce tomorrow. But the first one is going to be for a publicity campaign. So I'd like to have significantly more money than I've had in the past to spend on publicity. I think that's one thing that sets indie artists apart from artists who are on labels, is that labels can fund publicity, and I've never really been in that position before. So I'm going to be looking for 10 grand to do a 6-month publicity campaign for the record release, starting now, basically. And then after that, I'm going to try and fund a full band national tour. In the past, I typically tour solo or duo, so I'm going to try and make it feasible for me to bring a full band for this record release.
Very cool. And when are you going to be recording the record?
September in New Orleans.
Well, that's exciting. So, well, congratulations on your success. I'm excited to see how far you can get, and I know that I discovered you through your campaign, and so you have one with me. And I'm sure there'll be many more like me. So, for anyone interested, you can find Carsie's album on Kickstarter now. It's called Jazz is for Everybody. Anything you want to add before we go?
Just that I'm super excited. I'm a singer-songwriter, so I've never done a covers record before, and I've been wanting to do this for pretty much my whole life. So I'm just really enthusiastic about the project, and I'm excited that other people are too.
Let me ask you one last question then. Is this something that you could have done feasibly and financially responsibly without a platform like Kickstarter or crowdfunding?
Yes and no. I could have done it feasibly, but I would have had to do it differently. I would have had to do it on a much smaller scale. I don't think I would have been able to hire the people that I wanted to hire. So this is definitely the right way to do it.
Yeah. Are you thinking that this will be a part of your repertoire moving forward, bringing in the community to help you fund projects before you have to go into production?
I think so. I mean, it's gone so well, I can't imagine doing it another way now.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Best of luck with the rest of the campaign.
Okay, bye.
That's it for Funded Friday. Thanks, everybody.
Better?
Yeah.